Early onset aggression. This is early aggressive behavior in children and can be a great predictor of future behavior, especially if it is very well present in the child's past. Some forms of early onset aggression include physical fights, vandalism, theft, lying, disobedience, just to name a few. These characteristics are very important as they can predict delinquent behavior before the age of 13. Why are these behaviors important to know, and how are they risk factors? These behaviors are direct signals that correlate to early onset aggression. Also, the important reason to know is because these behaviors could well follow the child into later adult life, causing them to be life course persistent offenders if nothing is done to help while they are young. So identifying these behaviors early on and seeking proper assistance and treatment could very well help the child in the future by improving behavior, instead of keeping the same aggressive behavior and acting on it as an adult. This could help keep them out of the system so that they can live more normal and prosperous lives.
Protective factors for high expectations for self include good academic performance, good behavior, positive physical development, being healthy, academic achievement and intellectual development, high self-esteem, good coping skills, and problem-solving skills. They're more likely to be involved in school and athletics. They come from a more instructive family. The gender is mainly female. They have a positive temperament, and their family members are supportive. These are all protective factors because when you push yourself to become better and you don't have the common sense of doubt, you are more likely to achieve in life.
Prenatal exposure, such as smoking and drinking while pregnant, have many effects to the child. Each cause neurodevelopmental consequences. One drug, such as exposure, is linked with lower IQ, diminished tolerance for frustration, and attention deficit, all of which are known individual risk factors for delinquent and criminal behaviors. Maternal drug use during pregnancy can cause many problems to the developing children later in life. Mothers who tend to do drugs or drink alcohol while pregnant tend to put themselves before their child's needs, making these children more likely to be subjected to poor parenting. Another risk factor drugs and alcohol can cause is premature birth, low birth weight, and later social, emotional, and cognitive problems.
High expectations of family. A high expectation set by a family can do a number of things to a child. Such high expectations like academics, how they act in social situations, and traditional family values. Giving children these high expectations can give them goals to achieve and work for, as it will make them feel that they need to live up to a certain standard so that they can live up to the parent's ideal image of that child. Parents also supporting their children in positive goals can help reinforce those goals in the mind of the child. So overall, high expectations of family can have a positive impact. By having these high goals, it can help lead young adolescents astray of deviant behavior, as they have a high expectation from parents and have a set goals they want to work for. However, these goals have to be set in a realistic way, because if the goals are too high and they're not supported by the parents, it can leave the child feeling like he is unable to achieve these goals, and ultimately leaving the child to feel like a failure and give up. Illegal gun possession. Firearms are used in 86% of homicides committed by juveniles. Youth risk behavior survey said that 5.95% of kids that responded are in possession of a gun. Surveys across states range from 1.8 to 11.5% are in possession of a gun within 30 days. Kids in rural areas carry guns for sport, hunting, and has grown up using it in the family. Juveniles in non-rural areas carry guns for protection. Males that carry a gun for protection are more likely to be involved in delinquent activities.
Involvement with positive peer groups. Peers have a direct influence in adolescent risk behaviors. The negative influence of the peer group is more connected to the involvement in risk behaviors, while the positive influence is more connected with protective behaviors. Having a positive peer group can be very beneficial. It can serve as a model and influence behaviors and attitudes. Having positive friends allows you to share experiences and feelings and learn how to solve problems instead of masking them.
Some risk factors for teen parenthood are living in poverty, limited maternal education achievements, being from a single-parent home, early sexual activity, the lack of knowledge of sexual activity, early use of drugs and alcohol, low self-esteem, living in a home with frequent family conflict. A lot of the times, teen race and ethnicity can be a risk for teen pregnancies. If you are a victim of sexual assault, or you are dating an older guy, or you start dating at an earlier age, and you have poor relationships with your family, your friends, you're more likely to become a victim of teen parenthood. These are all risk factors for teen parenthood because when you are living in poverty and you do not get the needs that you deserve as a person, and the lack of knowledge and the use of drugs and alcohol at an earlier age can make for some very bad choices in life.
High expectations for students. Setting a kid up early in elementary school can help a kid with the future of their academic path. Expectations of success contribute to positive academic outcomes, as well as students' self-efficacy, self-awareness, and goals. Teachers that set high expectations for students can help keep track of students' progress and can help adjust it to the students' needs. Strong emphasis on academic success are needed to a community-building efforts in school.
Early sexual involvement, such as sexual intercourse, is the single most important determinant of pregnancy. Many diseases can be transmitted through sexual contact, making sexual intercourse a potentially serious health hazard. According to Journal of Marriage and Family, written by Stephen Small and Tom Luster, over the past 2 decades, there has been a steady increase in the number of teenagers who are sexually active.
Protective factors of a safe environment include clear social norms against misbehavior, presence of a caring and supportive adults, available neighborhood resources, caring relationships, non-disadvantaged neighborhood, and opportunities for participation and contribution. Some examples of these are after-school activities for children, making a Park District sports team. These are very good for the environment because it keeps the children occupied and out of trouble.